A question that often comes up, and it's even one that I had when I first started even thinking about working with a coach, was what does it even look like to work with a coach? Also, do I have to come to every session with something specific to work on? And so that's what I want to talk about today, is just sort of like, what is the process of actually just like working with a coach look like, and is it a requirement to come with your own topics every single time? So unfortunately, the answer is it's going to depend. It really is, on a number of things. One, the type of thing that you're working on, the type of coach that you're working with. Some coaches have a very strict path and process that they follow. And so it's less about you bringing something to each and every session that you want to work on, as it's more you bring the homework that you worked on from the last session, and it's more of a continuation. I've worked with coaches who have had both you bring things to every session mentality to you work through a progression and a task and a path. So it's really all really going to depend on what it is you're working on and who you work with. For me, whenever I work with a client, I'm a lot more free-flowing. So I don't necessarily work on a strict, this is the path that we will follow. Every client is going to look a little bit different with me on the types of things that I work with. But generally, when somebody works with me, they can bring something to each session that they want to, but I am going to ask you questions, and we're just going to dig. Some sessions we might go through your past and look at your story from birth to present. Other sessions we might look at, what is it that you want? Some sessions I might have very specific tools or activities that we work on, whether it be related to core values, identity, energy, etc. So there's a lot of different tools and activities that I bring. So for me, working with me, it's very much a go with the flow, easy going. You dictate that kind of the pace or the depth that we go. So that's just generally kind of what it's like to work with a coach. Again, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience, but I've hired 6 or 7 different coaches, and all of them have different styles. I think honestly, one of the best things that you can do if you're looking to hire a coach is see if they have some kind of like trial or intro of what it's like to work with them. I know one coach that I worked with, you paid for, it was a 4-month package or whatever, but you paid for the first 2 separate sessions individually before you went into a payment plan or paid for the rest, just to see what it was like to work with this individual. And then at the end of those 2 sessions, you could say, not for me. So you kind of have a 2-session buffer. I always offer a completely free session at the very beginning to say, here's what it's like to work with me, because it might not be a good fit. So, yeah. Let me know if you have any questions on, specifically what it's like working one-on-one with a coach, or if you've had specific experiences, both good or bad, working with a coach. I'd love to hear from you.